Hello everybody, welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris, I'm your coach and sports therapist, and welcome to our stretching videos. Here, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, become a part of the community. I'd love to have you. Say hello in the comment section, tell me where you're most highest, and I can make a video specifically for your needs. Okay, so you have to put that in the comment section, otherwise I'm never going to know. If you do like the video, please give it a little thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and let's get a little bit more flexible together. So for now, what you're going to do, okay, I want you to sit on your heels just like so, and then sit up as tall as you possibly can. Now, throughout all of the stretches today, what I want you to do is focus on your nasal breathing, okay? So breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Ideally, I want you to hold it for 4 seconds and then breathe out for 4 seconds, okay? Now again, if you can, breathe out through your nose, okay? And if you struggle with that, like I do, I broke my nose as a child, breathe out your mouth and then again for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds and repeat the process, okay? So, as you sit like this now, okay, gently close your eyes for me. Sit up nice and tall, trying to open up that chest airway if you can by drawing those shoulders back, sitting up as tall as you can. Really load the weight into the heels, the ankle joints and the hip itself. Now from there, big deep breaths. Brilliant. Okay, from there, take your knees as wide as you can in regards to the mat. Now what you're going to do is walk those hands away, stretching them out as far as possible, keeping them in line with the edges of your mat if possible, okay? Again, keep your hips on your heels and then gently rest your forehead onto the floor if you can. So big deep breath in. Nice and steady, nice and relaxed. Good. From there, lifting up your right hand, sliding it underneath. You're keeping it in line with the shoulder. Ideally, placing your shoulder, your elbow and your wrist in line. Gently laying them on the floor, looking towards your fingertips, whilst keeping the other hand exactly where it was. Looking to rotate that upper body as best as you can, whilst looking to maintain that hip on those heels if you can. Now mine hip is slightly above. Like I said, the goal is to try and keep it as low as possible. Good. From there, swapping sides if you can. Again, stretch in the middle, slide down and rotate. Sit, big deep breaths. Focusing on breathing in through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Gently release for 4. And then hold for 4 and then repeat. Good. Real good. From there, coming forward again, stretching out as much as you can. From there, what you're going to do is lift up with your hips. You're going to separate your feet. You're going to draw your hips down towards the floor. Now, a lot of people relax the neck. In this position, what I want you to do is really press away if you can. Feel those hip flexors at the front of the hip. Some of them might be tight if you do a lot of sitting in work, a lot of office jobs, a lot of driving. Good. From there, plant the feet down. You're going to come up, tall as you can, trying to get your heels down to the floor. Now, if you're like me and you've got tight hamstrings, that tight posterior chain, you might not be able to get your heels to the floor, but you're going to try and keep your legs as straight as possible as you draw the hips up. Good. Come in there. Back down to a press-up position. Bring the feet together, and then you're going to step one up towards the hand if you can. Now that back knee is now going to come down to the floor, and you should be in this sort of position as you draw down, okay? Gently hold that for me, but it's really important that you kind of use the hip to drive forward, stretch that hip flexor out, and really open up that hip as best as you can. What you're trying to look for, okay, is keeping your hands directly underneath your shoulders, okay, either side, and then that heel is right next to that wrist if possible, okay? Just hold that position for me, breathing in, breathing out. Good, nice and gentle. Sit from there. I want you to place your hand on the back of your head. I want you to rotate that elbow as far around as possible. Looking towards the sky, looking towards that ceiling. And big deep breath. Good, gently coming back around from there. If you have the flexibility, you're gonna take that right hand forward. You're gonna drop that elbow if you can. Now, here's the tough part, bringing this side down, okay? If you need to, stay like so. If you have yoga blocks, you can build them up and drop down. If you can, you're gonna drop it right down, right next to it. Big deep breaths, try and keep those forearms in line with the elbow. Breathing it away, in through the nose. Sit nice and relaxed. Good, gently coming up. From there, sliding the leg back. Swapping sides, coming up. Now, what I really want you to focus on throughout this video is what is the difference between your left side and your right side. It's going to allow you to learn your body and really make that difference in regards to potentially changing it. Now, as you hold this, focus on your breathing, but also listen to my voice. As you feel that tension in your body, the more you foam roll, the more you massage, the more you use a massage gun on those sore bits, accompanied with these exercise videos, the more you're going to release that tension and the less problems and, in quotes, injuries that you're going to feel, okay? So really take note, develop that self-awareness, really work on knowing who you are and how your body feels. That's it. From there, hand on the head if you can, rotating all the way around. Big deep breaths. Sit nice and steady. Good, gently coming back around. Now again, if you can, sliding that outside elbow down, making sure the elbow is in line with the shoulder, bringing the inside elbow down as much as you can. Big deep breaths, focus on that breathing. That's it, nice and steady. Good. From there, gently coming up. Gently Lifting the leg back. What I want you to do is go back into that original pose. Take your knees as wide as the mat allows, your hands as wide as the mat allows. Gently coming down, closing the eyes, focusing on your breath. In through the nose for 4. Hold the breath for 4. Gently release for 4. Hold the breath. And then repeat. Good. From there, what I want you to do is gently come up. I want you to come to the side of your mat. I want you to bring your feet together. I want you to hop your knees as wide as they can possibly go, and then I want you to edge your hips forward, gently coming down onto your elbows, rolling your pelvis forward. Again, if you're super flexible with this one, okay, just keep your thighs actually off the floor and your stomach off the floor. You want a little bit of weight into the hip to feel that stretch. Good, big deep breaths. Good. Gently coming up with the hands, keeping the hips where they are. I want you to come up tall, pressing away. Should intensify that stretch, if you will. Good. Gently coming back, and then carefully bring your knees back in. Now, from there, what you're going to try and do, you're going to use the edges of your mat. Okay, you're going to slide one leg nice and straight, tucking up the toes. This leg you're going to bring it on in the inner part of your thigh, bringing it as close to your groin as possible. Okay, now from there, what I want you to do is this inside arm, I want you to slide down as you face away from that foot. Okay, so face towards this knee, slide that hand, same side hand, the left hand for me. As I rotate now, you should feel it a little bit on your oblique, on the side of your torso. Now with this hand, okay, that spare hand, you're going to lift up towards the sky, and then you're going to lean over towards that other hand on that opposite foot. Now if you can go low with this one, then brilliant. If you can go all the way down so your body is laying on its leg, then amazing job. If you're tight like me, then naturally we've got some work to do. But the more progressive we are with it, the more we're going to increase that flexibility. Real good. So it, gently coming back up. From there, swapping sides. Again, leg straight. Foot on the inside, if you can. Sliding that hand, that right hand down towards that right foot. Rotating, looking at the opposite knee. Big deep breath. So you got it, opposite hand up towards the sky, coming over and down, feeling that stretch. That's it, gently relaxing. Coming up nice and tall, okay? So from there, last but not least, working on that groin again, okay? Now, if you have a wall or a pole, like something like this, what I want you to do is press your back up against it, okay? I want you to bring your feet as closely to your hips as you possibly can, okay? And then I want you to draw your chest out, shoulders back, and really actively take those knees down as much as you possibly can as you sit up tall. So big deep breath, drawing it down. That's it, amazing job. Good, and last but not least, feet together. What you're going to try and do is bring your arms directly behind you. Try and get your little fingers together if you can, and then just press the chest out. So really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Really press that chest out as tall as you can. Keep your feet in line with your hips, toes tucked up. A big deep breath, opening up that chest. How are you feeling? Hope you've enjoyed this little stretching session. I'm going to be creating lots of these types of sessions, changing the stretches each and every time. So if you have enjoyed this one, please follow, subscribe, become a part of the community, because I would love to help you. Otherwise, have an amazing day. Like I said, if you can, share the video, like the video. Let me know how you found it in the comment section, because I do want to get to know you guys. So the more I can interact with you, the more I can help. All right. Have a lovely one. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing day, regardless of where you are in the world, what your circumstances are, and what your goals. I wish you nothing but the best. Take care.